大家好，我叫阿德，欢迎到我的华语角。Hi everyone, my name is Ada, and welcome to my Chinese corner. This video is going to be another grammar lesson. We're going to talk about verbs and the tenses again. One tense in particular, the future tense. If you have watched any of my other videos, and I encourage you to do so, you will have learned how to make a Chinese sentence, how the sentence structure is. In case you haven't, or maybe you need a little recap, I'm going to explain it again. A Chinese sentence structure is, the basic sentence structure is an SVO structure. So a subject, a verb, and an object. Like, I eat a sandwich. That's basically it. That was the recap. Of course, you can add other words in that sentence as well. So not just simple like he eats a pizza or we read a book. You have to put other words in that as well. So what words do we use to talk about the future? We can use a word like tomorrow. In Chinese, tomorrow is 明天, 明天, 明天. That is tomorrow. Let's make an SVO sentence first without using the time. So you could say 我去海边, I go to the beach. So let's add the time word in it. Tomorrow. 明天我去海边. So you can put the time word as the first word in a sentence. That is perfectly fine. 明天我去海边. Tomorrow I'm going to the beach. See, in English it changes. So first we said I go to the beach. And because we put 明天 in front of the sentence, we have, in English, we have to translate it as tomorrow I am going to the beach. That is because Chinese doesn't use conjugations. The verb always stays the same. Whether you talk in the past tense, whether it's he or she or we, the verb stays the same. You add other words in the sentence, also known as particles, to tell the listener if you're talking about the past tense or the perfect tense or any other tenses. Or you can put words in there like tomorrow, 明天. It's all about the context. So now we've already learned how to make a sentence in the future tense. You can also put 明天 after the subject. So the sentence 我去海边, you can change it to 我明天去海边. That's also perfectly fine. Another word or words that talk about the future is, for instance, next week. So how would you say next week in Chinese? Week is 礼拜, 礼拜. So next is 下个, 下个. So you might know 下 from 上 and 下 from on and under. But here 下 means next. 下个礼拜, 下个礼拜 means next week. 我们下个礼拜放假 means next week we have a holiday. So that's also the future tense. Or next week we are going to have a holiday. It doesn't matter how you want to translate that sentence. It just means that next week this is going to happen. So in the future. So the future tense. If you really want to emphasize that something is about to happen in the future, you can use the word 要. 要 also means to want to. For instance, 我要买苹果 means I want to buy some apples. 我要买苹果. But 要 can also be used together with the future tense. So let's take the sentence we made earlier. 我明天去海边. Then 要 goes in front of the verb. This case, 去. 我明天要去海边. Or 明天我要去海边 means you have the intention to do this in the future. Because we like to talk about things that we did before, things that we are doing now, and things that we plan to do in the future, because it's the future. Nothing is 100% set in stone. So, 要 means you have the intention to do this in the future. And it can be the near future or the far future. Let me give you some other examples. 他们要吃饭. 他们要吃饭. They are going to eat. Now, because you put 要 in front of there, it means it is about to happen. So that sentence can be translated as they are about to eat. You see them sitting at the table with their knives and forks or their chopsticks or their spoons or whatever ready, and you say they're about to eat. 他们要吃饭. 晚一点要下雨. 晚一点要下雨. A little later, it's going to rain. You look outside the window. 晚一点要下雨. Or maybe you've watched the news and the weather report says it's going to rain later today. So 晚一点要下雨. Let's say you're on your way to work or you're on your way to a dinner party and you look at your watch and you say, we're going to be late. We're almost late. In Chinese you can say, 我们快要迟到. 迟到 means to be late. So 要 means about to be, so we are about to be late. 我们快要迟到. 他老婆快要生了. You can even add a 了, which means his wife is about to give birth. So 快要 means about to. Now, as you've seen, these examples, I've added one word to it, which is the word 快. 快 means quick or to be fast. In this case, it really emphasizes that something is about to happen. So, 我们快要迟到 means we're almost late. I could say, 他们快要吃饭 means they are really about to eat. And 他老婆快要生 means his wife is about to give birth. Now, there's another word that we can use for the future tense, which is the character 会. 会, on a side note, can also be pronounced as 快. Some characters have different pronunciations. So, this word means accountant and is pronounced as 会计. 会计, which means accountant. But here, this character is pronounced as 会. And 会 can also mean to be able. 我会游泳 means I can swim. But let's forget those two and concentrate on the use for 会 as the future tense. So 会 is a little bit different from 要, in that 会really means that something is almost pretty sure is going to happen. 要 just means that, okay, you are going to do this, something is going to happen. But if you use 会, it means you are more sure that is going to happen in the future. That's a distinction. 我们明年会发财。我们明年会发财。Next year, we are going to be rich. 下礼拜一，她会参加比赛。Next Monday, she will attend the competition. So she's already signed the forms and she's bought a plane ticket or a train ticket or whatever. So you are pretty sure that she's going to be there. It's not just a plan. It's already in motion and it's going to happen. So then you use 会. And there's another word, same as with 要, you can use 快. Well, with 会, you can use 一定. 一定 means definitely, for sure. So that is to emphasize even more that it is sure that it's going to happen. 我们一定会赢. We will win. Okay, that's not always really sure that you're going to win. So in your heart, you're sure because you're going to give it your best. So that's why you say 我们一定会赢. Now let's say somebody has done something naughty, maybe has knocked over a vase in the house or has made a big mess in the living room. So you could say 你妈妈看到一定会生气. 你妈妈看到 means your mother sees it. So you don't use the word when in a sentence, but it is implied. So 你妈妈看到. So when your mother sees it, 她一定会生气. She will be angry. That is for sure. 我晚上一定会打给你. Which means I will call you this evening. So it's sort of more of a commitment. Don't worry, I will call you. It doesn't mean that it is actually going to happen, but it's just more of a promise. At that time, when you say it, you are sure. Same as the one for we're going to win. Okay. When you said that, you believe 100% that was going to happen. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. I've tried to explain the future tense to you. There's only a short introduction to the future tense. Of course, you can add more words to a sentence. There are also more words to talk about a time in the future. But for now, practice with what you've learned in this video. Have fun and 继续加油.